Hi everyone. This is a video for the week on exactly. Oops, sorry about that. On how to do. Basically, we're going to learn how to. You're going to have to create a video how to solve um, square root equations. Okay. So basically, square root equations are going to look like this: square root of 2x plus 2. That would be a square root of equation. Okay. And like how to show this, and you're also going to have to show this graphically, how the solutions work. Okay, so basically, and usually the graph of this equation would look something like this. So if you're at this point, it would go out like this way. Okay, so we're going to show how you can find the solutions when you try to solve these types of equations. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. There's three problems that you have to do for the video. It should not take you more than about hopefully 10 minutes to make. But again, it's still kind of tricky. So if you do need help, let me know. I'll try to help you as we go along the process. Okay. A couple things that you need to mention is in your video is basically excluded values, similar to what we did last time. Okay. What is excluded values? Is basically x values that are not solutions to equations. Okay, and so basically what I'll do is I'll show you how to know that on the graph, and you'll basically have to explain that. You'll have to explain that in your video. Okay, so let me give you an example of one of the problems that you'll see. Get the problem out here. Okay, so the first one is the square root of 12, 8 minus 8x equals 6. Okay, so first thing you want to do is eliminate the square root by squaring both sides. Okay, so what I mean is, okay, I put a parenthesis out here, 12 minus 8 squared equals 6 squared. So you have to square both sides. And what happens is eliminates the square root, and it makes it equal to 36. And then we just solve it with this two-step problem at this point. So minus 12 from both sides. Okay, so negative 8 equals 24. And then we know that's negative 3. Okay, that's the answer. So what we have to check for, we have to check to see if this is a excluded, hold on, sorry about that, value. Okay, a couple ways you can do that. Number one is you can plug in plug in x equals negative 3 into the equation, or graphically show where lines cross. So I think we know how to plug into the equation to see if that works. So basically, if you plug negative 3 into the equation here, then it should the value when you finish should equal 6 to be a solution. Graphically is another one, so I'm going to try to show you that so you guys can see that a little differently. Okay, so basically, if you wanted to do it graphically, all right, you would just go into your Desmos app. Okay, we'll pull that out here. And from here, all I would have to do is I'd have to plug in both equations into and that's how it would work. Let's see here. Make sure. Oh man, I didn't know it was like this. Hold on. All right. So what we want to do is we want to put the square root in there. So it'd be 12 minus 8x. That'll be 1. And the other one would be the other side equation would be just 6. I'm sorry, y equals 6. Oops. Okay. So you look at it here, right on this point. So you see y equals 6 is just the line itself. And here is the graph of the square root of 12 of -8. And as you can see, where they cross at is at a certain point. Okay, and that's all, and the x value is -3. So therefore, by looking at this, just this graph right here, and putting both of these equations in, I know that -3 is going to be my solution. And also, too, if you notice that y equals 6, and the value of the y is also 6 as well. So that's how you know it's definitely a solution for using that. Okay. So again, you can plug it back. You can plug -3 back into the equation. If the answer when you plug -3 back is equal to 6, then you know it's a solution. If it doesn't, then you definitely know. If it doesn't, then you know it's not a solution or a smooth value. All right. So that's the first one. Let me get out of this. I'll put this on the side, and we'll go back to the other question. All right. So that is one question. All right. Let's do the next one. All right. So this is a problem. You got to do this again. Like I said, doing problems that are similar to the ones we have, but we're not going to actually do the problems that are on the thing because again, I want you guys to try them out. That's an x. Sorry, that's an x. Equals the square root of 6x minus 1. Okay, so these are all. So these are all values here. Okay, so again, these are all both square roots. So what we need to do again is we got to eliminate square roots from both sides. Okay, so again, we're gonna square root this. And we're gonna square root this as well. Okay, so now we have 18 plus 3x equals 6x minus 1. All right, so now again, once we do that, then we just move the x's to one side and move the values to the other side. So that would go -18. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that would give us -3x. This would give us right here 18 cancels, this cancels, this would give us -19. -19. So then I divide by 3, and my value should be 19/13. So positive 19/3. Tough question, I know, but like I said, it's the way to do it. Now, what I could do is, again, plug in, for excluded values, plug in. So in the video, make sure you mention that you could plug in the value to find that excluded, that x value to find an excluded value, or show graphically. Okay. Now I'm going to show graphically here. Okay. And if I do the math out here, I'm going to basically divide because you're not going to be able to see it unless I divide my values together. Hold on a second. So I'm going to divide 19 into 3. And that's going to give me a value. So x is actually equal 6.33. Repeat it. Okay. When I turn this into a decimal. So, okay. So if I want to turn this into show graphically, okay, like I said before, I want to show graphically if we can. Okay. So go back to my graph here. And let me plug it in. So how we would plug it in for this one would be, if I get this out, basically I'm going to plug in 18 plus 3x on one side, we can't do this one. And on this one, I'm going to enter 6x minus 1. All right. So here is both graphs here, red and blue. So they're going to go up and down. At this one point right here, they cross. And I see that it's 6.333, like I got there repeating. It's basically the same answer I got. So this is the solution of these two graphs right here. So again, trying to incorporate the idea of graphs and the actual work itself. So if you could do that in your thing, that's great. So again, basically, you know the solution because they cross at this point, and the x value is exactly what we got mathematically. Okay, great. So that is the solution. All right, so that's how you would do the second one to get that one done. Yeah. Okay, so everybody see that. Now, let me do the last one. Last one's going to be kind of, again, this one's going to be kind of difficult. Okay, so we have x squared plus 2x equals x plus 3. All right, so again, same thing, eliminate square root. Okay, so again, we want to square root both sides. Square root both sides. So then again, once we do that, this eliminates. We have x squared plus 2x equals, and again, we have this right here to the square. That basically means x plus 3, x plus 3. So if we distribute through that, we can get that, or we can do the box method. I like the box method because that's consistent to what we've done all year. X3, x3, x squared, 3x, 3x, 9. So the final answer to that would be x squared plus 6x plus 9. All right. So from here is I want to, now it's a quadratic on the right side here. This is a quadratic and this is a binomial here. So what we want to do is we want to get everything on the left side over to the right so we can set it equal to 0. So 2x here, and then we're going to minus x on this side, minus x on this side. Okay? All right. So now, once we do that, this cancels, and then we end up with, and this cancels. So we end up with 4x plus 9 equals 0. Oh, so now we have a situation of we have to find out what the value of x is. So what we want to do is we want to solve it like a two-step equation. Okay? So x equals negative 9, and then we divide by 4, divide by 4. And so our answer is negative 9/4. And we could check, again, check to see if that's excluded value. Okay, first you can plug in x equals negative 9/4, or you can show graphically. My expectation is that you're going to be able to show that graphically by using the decimal set. All right, so let's see how it looks. All right, so again, we're going to show graphically. All right, so it should equal, if we do this math out here, we divide 9 by 4. So we should equal negative 2.25. So that's what we're going to be looking for in our graph. All right, so let me pull up my graph here. Let me plug in these equations. So again, you have two sides of the equal sign. You want to put one side of the equal side in the first line and the other side in the second line. Okay, so let me get this thing. So we basically have x squared plus 2x. Okay, and on this side, okay, so as you can see here, we'll take this out. What the heck is that? Oh, man. All right. So x squared minus 2 plus 2x, okay, on one side. And basically, I look at this point, we have the solution point right here when they both cross, and that's the same thing, negative 225. Okay, and that's what we want to see. So you can see there's another line to this because of the 2x, but it's never going to cross anywhere on that. So basically, we want to be able to show that this right here is the solution of this. Okay, so that 225 is definitely the solution of that. Okay, so again, there's going to be a bunch of problems to do in Workday. Oh, sorry, that was a Khan Academy stuff they were trying to do. All right, and try your best on the problems. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're gonna do we can do it on Zoom video. There's some new work that basically what I've been doing over this time is like the Khan Academy people are a week ahead of the people that are doing the videos. So again, if you need help with that kind of stuff, you can also reach out with other students so you can do that kind of work. But we're going to be doing this this algebra skills over the next couple weeks now. Okay, so again, try the video. Next week, just so heads up, we might try to do a project, basically that you're going to have to just explain how to solve a problem, like an actual problem that I'm going to give you. Okay. All right. So good work, guys, and like I said, we'll talk to you soon.